When most people think of Chris Bosh, they probably think about his time with the Miami Heat, winning championships alongside LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And if one play were to come to mind, it's the huge rebound of Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals.
James catches, puts up a three, won't go, rebound Bosh, back out to Allen, his three-pointer, bang! Tie game with 5 seconds remaining!
But what often gets overlooked with Bosh is how he reinvented himself in Miami, moving to the center position after the disappointing 2011 NBA Finals loss and becoming one of the pioneers for the modern day stretch big. But before all of that, there was Raptors Chris Bosh, and as the kids would say, this is probably when he had his most aura. At his peak, he was rocking the long dreads on the Raptors, comfortably putting up 20 and 10 nearly every night. He was a crafty 6'11" big man with a polished post game and a soft touch from the outside. And after reaching 99 overall on my Luka Doncic build, which I will be bringing an updated video on that Luka now that I have hit 99 overall. For my second build, I was interested in playing a big man, so I figured, you know what, man, let me throw it back to Raptors Chris Bosh, a guy who definitely had a modern game, who was ahead of his time. But not only am I bringing you guys this Chris Bosh build today, as you guys can tell by the title, I'm also going to be bringing you guys along with me on this journey of going 60 overall to 99 overall, completely no money spent. Now, this is definitely going to be a grind, but pretty much every year I am curious to see how rewarding 2K does make the My Career mode when it comes to earning VC and not having to spend money on the game. And just really quick before I do jump into this build, if you guys can drop a like on this video, it would really help a lot in getting other people to see this video. And if you are new to the channel, definitely do consider hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more of this series. We're just going to hop right into this build. Obviously, for the name, we're going to be going with Chris Bosh. For the hand, we are going with left hand. Something, if you guys didn't know, you actually are able to change what hand your player uses after creating them. Previously, that wasn't an option, so definitely a good addition. And then Chris Bosh, I know he was rocking #1 in Miami, but this is Raptors Chris Bosh. We do have to rock #4 out there. Now, for the position, we are going with the power forward. That was Chris Bosh's natural position coming into the NBA. But the main reason why I put this build at the power forward position, not the center, is because when you're at center, you cannot make your weight light enough in order to get quick first step. But in the My Career mode, you are able to change your position around, play wherever you want. So we are going to be playing center more than likely when it comes to our NBA team. So yeah, for the position, we're going to be at power forward, height 6'11", the weight 213. Once again, the weight, we are going 213 so we can have access to quick first step. And for the wingspan, we're going to go with 7'3". Chris Bosh's wingspan in real life, it is 7'4", I believe. But with the 7'3" wingspan, that is going to give us access up to an 85 mid-range. And we do want that 85 mid-range for that silver Deadeye. Chris Bosh, he did have a really good touch from outside. I did want to modernize this Chris Bosh build a little bit. So we did go up to an 83 on our 3-ball. That is going to give us bronze limitless range. Now, right now, there are probably a lot of attributes you guys are looking at that absolutely make no sense. For example, we have an 82 close shot. At 82 close shot, you don't unlock any badges. You obviously don't get any animations as well. I spent a lot of time on this build min-maxing with the cap breaker system. So definitely wait until we get to the cap breaker sheet. It'll make a whole lot more sense. But on the screen right here, this is the build that we are going to be going with. And before any cap breakers are on this build, the archetype ends up being called a shot erasing 3-level crasher. Now, I am planning ahead big time on this build. I want to be adding cap breakers into this build when it comes to season 7, when it comes to season 8. I still want to be able to put cap breakers into this build and make it usable all year. We're going to be putting so much time going from 60 overall to 99 overall. I don't want this build to become outdated anytime soon. Now, flipping over to the cap breaker sheet on our Toronto Raptors Chris Bosh build, this is probably where it's going to make a lot more sense for you guys. So starting off, looking at the close shot, once again, 82 overall threshold, it wasn't going to get us anything. But you guys can see with 1 cap breaker, we're going to get +2s onto that. If we end up putting 5 cap breakers into that close shot, we can get all the way up to a 92 overall close shot, which will get us gold paint prodigy. Moving down to the standing dunk rating at an 85. I do think you get a standing dunk animation at the 85 overall, but the main thing eventually I do want to go for is throw 5 cap breakers into there so we can get up to a 90 standing dunk, which will give us access to the gold rise up badge. Also on the post control, 81 overall rating, strange rating, but now that you guys look at the cap breakers, you add +3 on the 81, gives you an 84, and then you just add on +3 more to that. So 2 cap breakers in there, that will get us to an 87 overall rating, and that will give us access to gold post up poet. We did pick the playmaking specialization. We are eventually going to have 2 cap breakers that we can use in the playmaking stat. So for one of those cap breakers, we're going to put in the passing accuracy. We have a +4 sitting right there, so we'll only have to use 1 for that passing accuracy to get us up to a 75 overall rating, which will give us silver break starter. Very good badge to have access to when you're a big man getting rebounds, throwing the ball up the court. We don't want to be throwing it out of bounds. The other cap breaker that we'll be using in the playmaking category would be going into our ball handle. You guys can see the reason why we went with a 66 overall is because one cap breaker gives us +5. +5 will give us 71 on the ball handle. 71 overall rating gives us bronze handles for days. Chris Bosh, he did have a little bit of a handle. He wasn't crazy like Katie out there, but I did want to replicate a little bit of that handle out there with that 71 overall rating. Now, I don't know how many cap breakers I am going to end up having by the end of the year, but I do know there is going to be tons of cap breakers to get. So if we do end up with like more than 15 cap breakers by the end of the year, this build can continually get better and better. Looking at the perimeter defense with a 66 overall rating, you add one cap breaker into there, that's going to take us up to a 71 on the perimeter defense, and that will give us access to bronze challenger. Once again, we are going to be power forward if sometimes we are put at the power forward position, or even against centers. I mean, you guys know 7-4s, they're shooting threes this year. We want to be able to contest as best as we can. The block rating within 88, we can eventually put 5 cap breakers in there, bring us up to that 93 overall rating. A 93 overall block rating paired up with that 77 interior defense will give us access to gold paint patroller. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have heard a lot about how many cap breakers are going to be available to us by the end of this year. I'm personally already up to 5 cap breakers myself, and we're still in season 1. So I wanted to make sure that this build had longevity in it because we're going to be investing so much time going from 60 to 99 overall. I really do think this build is going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, it's definitely not the meta, but with so much we can do with these cap breakers, I do eventually think this build is going to be nasty. So now that I've broken down what this build is going to play like, I also want to break down what this build is going to look like. The long hair dreads, that is when his aura was just at its absolute peak. But when Chris Bosh initially joined the Raptors, he did have short hair. So as we start our career, I did want to have short hair on our Chris Bosh build. As we play through high school and everything like that, we're going to be rocking the short hair. And then eventually, once we get to the NBA, we'll throw on the dreads and have some long hair out there. So after getting our appearance right, I did jump into the Gatorade facility and knocked out our workouts, have access to more stamina out there as we go through our MyCAREER, and also get access to an updated body type. We're going to be chilling at the balanced body type for now, and eventually we will be able to rock the buff body type. I'm not sure if buff is going to be too bulky. We'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah, after spending so much time putting together this build, min-maxing when it comes to those cap breakers, we knocked out our Gatorade workouts for the week. It was time to hop into MyCAREER. We're going to start with the out of bounds storyline, starting at a 60 overall. One thing I do want to mention, eventually we will be playing on the Hall of Fame difficulty for the entirety of this build, but I'm pretty sure this out of bounds storyline, you cannot change the difficulty. So with all that being said, let the grind begin. Raptors Chris Bosh build, 60 to 99 overall, no money spent. And our MyCAREER journey starts in high school. Our first game is going to be matched up against the only ranked player out of Vermont. His name is Colby Starks, and he's ranked 244 on 2K's top 250 list. We're currently unranked, but this is a huge game for us because not only are we playing up against the only ranked player in Vermont, there's also going to be a scout here from, I think it said Boston College. So with the scout watching, it's going to be on us to put on a performance and try to get our name on the map if we hope to make the NBA one day. So Colby Starks starting off right away, showing why he's ranked, taking it to us, finishing strong over us. So I got to get a little payback right here, and we step out of bounds. Chris Bosh definitely has a good post game, definitely can finish strong in the paint, but we're going to step out of bounds on that first play. Got to get these jitters out. We're going to call for the ball once again. High school Chris Bosh, we got to dominate with a little go-to shot right there. We are going to be using Kevin Durant's go-to shot. I think it's a really good go-to shot to use. Chris Bosh, he was hitting post fades and everything like that. So I did want to have access to a solid go-to shot consistently in the post. But the high school player right there hitting it from deep, a deep green light. And the score right now is going to be 7-2. I'm running a little play right here, trying to get some inside position against Colby Starks. And up next, playing some defense, trying to pull down our first rebound of this game, which we do, but we're currently down by 3. So we're going to come up the floor and we are going to be setting some screens. I'm not just going to be calling for the ball and, acting like Chris Bosh is a point guard every single possession. But one thing he could do similar to a point guard is shoot the ball. We're just going to face up, knock that one down over Colby Starks, tie up the game, 7-7. I'm playing some defense here. I think he's going to shoot. I jumped too early, and this man knocks down an and one three-pointer, potential 4-point play. That's tough. So next offensive possession for us, I am going to hop in the post, hit a nice green light post fade. I'm so used to being right-handed after playing on my Luka build, so some of these fades initially, they do look a little awkward. I'm like fading over a really tough shoulder, but yeah, eventually we're going to start making this gameplay look a little bit more smooth out here. Hitting a nice up and under here though with Chris Bosh, finishing strong in the paint. We currently don't have, I think, any badges at all in this build, so eventually physical finish will be able to get us animations like that, but as of right now, we're just lucky to get that one to fall. Currently up by 2 now. Colby Starks hitting a little ISO against us. We have our two-way tenacity badge active, so that's going to help us out on the defensive side of things right there. And that score is now 23-18, getting a nice contest at the rim right there. Unfortunately, not a block, but the block rating will come eventually. Taking up the ball right here, trying to get some dribble moves, seeing exactly what our build is capable of at the high school level. Wasn't expected to get that animation, but a nice little show of strength right there up against the ranked 244 player. Chris Bosh coming down with the rebound, trying to go coast to coast. I'm going to just slow it down, hit him with a little fake. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Yep, okay. He's got some good strength on him. You know what? Chris Bosh has a nice face-up game, so we're going to take that face-up instead. Not going to try to force the post-spin animation if we can't get it. And once again, that Kevin Durant go-to shot is just so smooth, man. So easy to time once you get enough reps with it. At the very top, you guys can see we do have some GOAT skills waiting to use, but my mindset is save those for the second half where we can really turn things up. If you guys haven't really played MyCAREER in a while, the GOAT skills, basically, once you do enough good things, for example, if you box out enough players, yada, 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 depending on what the GOAT skill is, you will get access to that GOAT skill, and when you activate it, you'll get a boost to your attributes. So we're going to activate one called Boxing Day right here, which boosts our rebounding as well as our dunking stats. And right now, you guys can see we do have a mismatch down low. A little man's on us. We're just going to seal him down low. That's going to be an easy finish for us. We're going to up to 33 points and 6 rebounds on this game. The score is 40-18. We got to go off for this Boston College scout. Got to lock up Colby Stark some more. He's not really having a good game ever since those first few possessions. And just as I say that, he is going to knock down a contested 72% contested layup. So, hey, man, mano y mano. We got to go right back at him, take it inside. Ours isn't as contested, but it is a foul. That's going to be our first and one of the series. And we do have Chris Bosh's signature free throw already equipped, but we don't have his jumper equipped. That is going to be locked behind a starter 4 rep reward, unfortunately. So currently we are starter 1, but Chris Bosh's jumper we won't be able to get right away. As we get our second dunk of the game, nice little 180 dunk right there, green light from Chris Bosh with that GOAT skill active. You guys can see the green light meter was massive as we just have a massive lead on this game. You guys can see though the jumper that they did start us out with is Julius Randle's, as we are going to get this win. 54 total points and 15 rebounds.
Good game, man.
Hey, I came through with it tonight, but it was fun, wasn't it?
Always, man. You got that.
I'll catch you next time.
All right, bro.
And unfortunately for us, the scout, as you guys can see, he did not show up to the game. But luckily for us, our player has been recording his little sessions like this, getting some workouts in, showcasing what he can do. And eventually we do get an invite out to Los Angeles to try out for one of the top club teams out there. So after our first high school game, we do have 2,000 VC in our bank. So I figured, you know what? Let's just put it into our rebounding stats. 60 for the offensive, 60 for the defensive rebound. That is going to give us access to the bronze rebound chaser badge, obviously a necessity when it comes to playing a big man. But now our MyCAREER journey takes us out to Los Angeles, where we're going to try out for one of the top club teams out there.
MP, Dion, nice to finally meet you in person, young brother.
You too.
You good?
Yeah. No, I just can't believe I'm here right now.
I get it, but you ain't got time to be starstruck. First run's about to start. You rested? No, it's a long flight from Vermont.
And in this competitive open run, we're going to be matched up against the ranked 219th player. His name is Nick Hunter. He's a small forward. And as you guys can see, there are some rewards up for grabs. If we get 3 stars in this, we will get an extra 300 VC on top of the VC that we do earn from this game. So Nick Hunter, let's get it. You guys can see we are going to be in different attire for this as well. This is an open run. This is not an actual organized team or an actual organized event. So we're running with a bunch of randoms out there. Got to assert our dominance early with that post game. Going to get a nice green light over that man right there. And then coming back, I'm trying to set a screen. I just move a little bit without the ball, hit him with the jab step. Got to show off our touch. When it comes to our 6'11" size, if we can showcase that we could shoot the ball, that will be huge when it comes to scouts watching our game. So got to make sure we do that out here with the defense. Yeah, a little bit stuck in between right there. Not the best defensive showcase from us right there, but we will pick up the rebound, push it up the court. I'm trying to set some screens, show that I'm a team player. A little bit of an awkward possession, but our teammate, he's going to knock it down with a green light mid-range pull-up. And I'm back in the post. Our teammate's going to get a shot. All right, it's my turn next. Once again, these post fades are a little crazy. Not used to turning over that shoulder. But right here on this next possession, we are going to get a nice hook shot green light, knocking that one down. And coming back, we are going to try to set some screens out here, see if we can get a little pick and pop game that Chris Bosh was known for a lot, especially in Miami. And they're already going to send a double team, something we didn't see at all in our high school game in Vermont. But out here in LA, they have a little bit higher IQ. They see someone dominate, they're going to send some double teams. So this time down, we're going to get into our bag early. I pick up that rebound, our third rebound of this game right here. I see the double team coming. We got to shoot it right away. Chris Bosh with that smooth lefty jumper. We're going to knock that one down. That's a green light. The score is currently 15-10. I'm pretty sure this one goes up to 21. And now we have activated a GOAT skill that is going to boost our speed with ball as well as our shooting stats. So we're going to get a nice Euro step off the dribble right there and hop in the post again. I'm not even going to wait to see the double team. I don't even have to put the ball on the ground on that possession. That's an easy green light post fade. Another rebound for us right here. This is 15-5 in a game that is only up to 21. Pump fake down low. Let's get another hook shot. Show that we got that inside score, and that's going to be 17 points on the game. And that is going to be enough for 3 stars. We are going to complete that challenge right there. Plus that 900 BC. That's about 1200 BC for us.
Now, picture yourself on both teams. Which one feels right?
And after that performance right there, that is going to be enough to get us an offer from 2 of the top club teams out there in LA. One of the team names is called the High Flyers. The other team is called the Union Elite. The main difference between these 2 teams right here that I see for our Chris Bosh build is their star player, Devontae Mills. He's ranked 69 overall in the High Flyers, and he has elite playmaking. He's a point guard. Where on the Union Elite, they have a ranked 68 player, Brandon Harris, and he's a modern big man. So, hey man, every great big, they need a great playmaking point guard. So that's exactly who we're going to go with. We're going to pick the High Flyers.
Hey, Coach Troy, I decided to commit.
My man, that's what I'm talking about. I knew you were smart.
So now our journey takes us to LA. This is where we're going to be playing on our club team. As our journey to the NBA continues, trying to get some notoriety for our name. At this point now, I am going to build our custom takeover. The takeover that I'm going to go with is for our 3-ball, our defensive rebound, and our speed with ball. Currently, the only takeover ability that we do have is this hydration hero. And as y'all can see, we are now ranked 247 out of the 2KU top 250 players. Started from the bottom. We definitely got to slowly work our way up. And the next stepping stone on working our way up on this 250 list is going to be a matchup against Jaden Moore. Jaden Moore is a slashing guard out of Chicago, and he's ranked 184 on the 250 list. So our first club game out here in LA up against a lot better competition. We definitely got to put on a show in this game right here. Like I said, a slashing guard, we got to make sure that we're protecting the rim. We cannot let that man get off. And we're about to find out how much tougher the talent is out here in LA compared to Vermont. As their first shot, they're going to miss it. They're going to try to force it inside. The High Flyers, they do have us currently playing at our natural power forward position. So right off, first possession, I am going to go with a post fade in the corner. That is a smooth jumper right there. And then next possession, I'm going to spin off that man. We finally get ourselves a post spin animation, and we're going to get a dunk. Starting off with a statement, 4 points to start off this game, showing off the versatility. Now we got to play some defense, protect this paint up against Jaden Moore, but he's going to pick up an assist. That's a smooth jumper right there to green light. Currently down by 5. We are going to hop in the post right here in transition, and we're going to get another dunk right there. And right back to it, hopping in the post right here. We're going to go to our go-to shot. Got to showcase what we can do down here. The touch is just unguardable right now. We're not even registering contests. It's just nothing but green lights. We're up to 8 points on this game. Currently down by 1 though, so we got to continue to lock up on defense. That's a great contest right there. We obviously got to work on our interior defense and get those attributes up eventually. But coming back down, I'm going to settle at the 3-point line. Thinking about forcing it up a little bit, but you know what? We might as well hand it off to our teammate, show that we could play a little bit of team ball out here, and pick up the assist as our teammate knocks down that mid-range shot. Jaden Moore trying to take this one in. I'm able to contest the jumper right there, pick up the rebound. Next possession, we're going to come down and get a green light in order to snatch that lead right back from the Ballers. So now we're going to play some pick and roll defense right here. Our mobility right now, it is lacking. Eventually it's going to be one of the strong points of this build, but at 60 overall, yeah, our mobility is not looking good. But right there, it looks like their mobility is not looking as good either as we run down straight down the middle of the court. That's what a big man can do. Oh my God, as we pick up the block right there. That's what a great big man does, man. They run the court. You guys can see I run the court again. They're going to reward me for running. You better reward me after that block right there, as now we're up to 21 points, 10 rebounds on this game, and also that 1 assist. We got to showcase that we can score though. Jaden Moore, I'm sorry, you're just too little. It's nothing personal, but we got to get this NBA notoriety. We got to work our way up on this 2KU top 250 players list. And we're going to play some more defense down low now as we have our green light GOAT skill active that increases our speed with ball and our shooting stats. That's going to be some more great interior defense. We're currently up by 12. I'm just going to take this one, try to take this one coast to coast. A little bit of an awkward shot. It's not a green light, but hey, it's a mismatch. The contest doesn't even register, and we're going to knock that one down. Now it's up to a 12-point game. They're going to run a nice 3-point play right there as we have 28 points and 15 rebounds in our first club game out here in LA. I'm trying to showcase a little bit of this dribbling move, take it off the dribble, knock down another smooth mid-range shot. And we're going to end this one off with 34 points and 16 rebounds. And of course, that is going to be enough for us to get 3 stars on this game. So right after that, we're not going to be spending any VC just yet for any upgrades. We're going to hop right into our next game out here in LA, playing on the High Flyers. We're going to be matched up against a player that goes by the nickname of Thunder.
Hey, coach, if this is about me being late, I promise it won't happen again.
I believe you. But you're still suspended from today's game.
But unfortunately for us, our player was late. He didn't set his alarm. He was having a little bit too much fun in LA, so we did get suspended for that game. We won't be able to play that game against the Surf City Waves and Thunder. And also, our 250 rank, it does drop 10 spots. So this next game, we definitely have to make up for some lost time. This one, we're going to be matched up against Drexel Carrington, who is ranked number 112. First play of the game, they run a really nice play right here. Look at that screen, and he's gonna knock down a 3-ball in my face. So currently down by 3 now, setting these picks out here. Nice little pick and pop game. Going to the mid-range, that is our sweet spot. That's where we make our bread and butter, is in this mid-range. Quick little post fade right here. Just bump right into his chest, create the space that we need, and then take the shot that we want. It's all about getting to your spot, getting to where you're comfortable. That's what the great players do. But we're going to be down by 5 early in this one. There's 6 minutes left in this first half. These games go by halves. They don't go by quarters. So 6 minutes left in this first half. We're going to set a screen out here. We're waiting for our point guard to do something. This is the point guard that is ranked 69th on the list. So I know that he's probably got dimer equipped. So we're just going to settle for this jumper right here, shooting right over Drexel. He's not tall enough to contest us. This 6'11" frame. It's going to be hard to stop down low as well, as we get a nice drop step on the inside right there. We're currently up to 15 points and 4 rebounds. And that one, it is going to give us the lead in this game. We also want to win these games. We don't just want to go off, but most importantly, we want to show that we're a winner. So Drexel Carrington, he's going to run a nice pick and roll right here down low. They're going to finish strong with the dunk to tie things up at 17. And coming up here, Mills is going to have the ball. He's going to pass it to the wing. I'm just going to get the ball right here. It kind of looks like we're running a play, but yeah, we're just going to settle for the 3-ball. You're not going to get a hand up. It wasn't quite a 3-ball, actually. It ended up being a mid-range, but hand down, man down. You guys know the rules. Hopping back in the post right here. We do have Takeover active, which really helps out with our stamina. So we're just going to drop step down low again. Drexel, I'm sorry, man. You're just going to be getting drop step. You guys aren't smart enough to put the center on me. That's not my problem. we're a mismatch out here. We do have the skills to play power forward. We don't just have to be stuck at that center position. We could stretch the floor all we want. 24 points on this game now, currently with an 8-point lead in this one. Start of the second half, they're going to try to force up a shot down low. Great rebound for us. We're going to push the ball a little bit, give it up to Mills, and we're going to let the point guard get it set. He's going to give it right back to us. So, okay, I know what to do with it. You're going to give me the ball. I'm going to hit a little step back out of this post. I think our post step back is Giannis. Probably eventually we'll like to upgrade that to a better one. But yeah, for now we're using Giannis. Pick and pop from 3 though. That is green lights all day. They're giving us way too much space out there. Now up to 38 points on this game, 7 rebounds. Try to pick up another assist here, and we're going to swat that one out of bounds. You guys can see we are currently up by 10. We're going to get subbed out of this game, and when we get subbed back in, we're only up by 3. So our teammates, they did not hold it down while we were on the bench getting some rest. So this is going to be our first close game of the series. We get checked back in, immediately start creating some offense. And we're going to pick up this rebound right here. We're going to throw it up to a guard, and we're just going to run. Like I said, when it comes to a big man, the best big mans in the league, they know when to run the court. So we're going to run the court, get to the open spot, and immediately start pushing this lead back up to where it belongs. Carrington, he's trying to get some space out there. He's trying to get away from us and jack up these threes that he's been working on, but we're just gonna have to deny that one right there. It's not personal, man, but we got to make it to the NBA one way or another. And if it means blocking your 3 balls, that's exactly what we're gonna do out here. Chris Bosh now trying to showcase that he can play a little bit of perimeter defense. Carrington, nice one-handed assist, whipping that one over to the corner, cutting our lead back down to 4. But hey, man, we're not really fazed by the big moments. You guys can see Chris Bosh right there. He's not nervous. This is high school for Chris Bosh. We're planning on making it to a league. We cannot be fazed by the pressure of these high school club games, even if we are up against much better competition out here in LA. We're just gonna calmly knock down our first free throw, and second free throw right here, we are also gonna knock down, and that's gonna be enough to push us up to 47 points on this game. And 47 points total, of course, that is going to be enough to give us 3 stars on this one. We get our little 200 VC reward on top of the 1000 VC that we did get from playing that game. And after that one, that does give us a huge boost in our ranking. We're going to move all the way up to the 178th spot on the 2KU 250 list. And we're going to be playing up against the Union Elite. This is the team that we decided not to sign with, and instead we decided to go play with the High Flyer. So yeah, this one's going to be a little bit chippy.
Yeah, I heard you passed up on the chance to play with us.
Oh, man, y'all just got so much talent, especially with you, bro. High Flyers is just more my style of ball.
Oh, what style is that? Sloppy? Undisciplined?
So Brandon Harris ranks 68th overall. He's definitely feeling some type of way about us passing up, playing with the Union Elite, and picking the High Flyers. But right off the bat, I can tell you guys, I think we definitely made the right choice simply based off the jerseys alone. I'm really liking our jersey design in comparison to theirs. Look good, play good. Definitely got to put that on showcase out here. So first possession of the game, Brandon Harris is going to try to hit a 3 ball right in our face, immediately going at us. I definitely do respect it. So if he's going to try to go right at us, I got to go right at him. He's not guarding us in this possession, but let's see if we can start out with a nice fancy go-to shot right here. Unfortunately, we cannot get that one to fall. On their next possession, they're going to miss it. Who's going to put the first points on the board? It is going to be us, Chris Bosh, with a nice step back right there. Once again, we have a lot of Julius Randle animations equipped to start out on my career. Eventually, I will put together a nice custom jumper that resembles Chris Bosh nicely. But for now, Julius Randle's going to have to get it done for us. We're up to 7 points in this game. And right now, you guys can look in the top right-hand corner. We do have 5 of the points and also 4 of the rebounds. So we're really doing a good job out here, active up against the Union Elite. Losing to this team, I mean, it would just be a huge embarrassment for us. Not only is this the ranked 68th player, as we do block him at the rim right there, but up against this man in the post right now, we're going to try to spin off of him. Thought I was going to get a dunk animation right there, but we'll settle for the nice contact layup finish. No one picking me up in transition. That's going to be a nice dunk right there. Chris Bosh finishing strong on this one. I do think that they automatically gave us a Mari Stoudemire dunk package. So that dunk right there was nice. We do have the GOAT skill equipped currently. It's going to help us out on our rebounding and our dunking. I'm trying to get out in transition. They're going to miss a shot. So we're going to get that standing dunk to go. 13 points and 8 rebounds on the game so far. We're breaking this one out early, and it's looking like we're about to have our best game in LA so far, up against the Union Elite. They're going to try to run a little post-up play right here. Step back, misses. Let's go, Chris Bosh. 9th rebound of the game. We're trying to get a double-double in this first half. Send out a statement. We're throwing lobs out here now. Chris Bosh running the court. Look at that beautiful pass from our point guard. We're going to go all the way up. Now playing some more defense in this first half. They're trying to jack up a 3, trying to cut into our lead. It's not happening. Rebound number 10. We have a double-double. We're running the court once again. Look at that green light window right there. That bar is just massive when it comes to the green light when you have that takeover active. So we definitely made use of that GOAT skill right there. And right here, we're going to use our Julius Randle go-to shot. Very nice shot. Doesn't create the most space, but once again, Chris Bosh up against these high school players, just a little bit of daylight is all we're going to need. So as we get another rebound on the game right here, we're going to just settle at the 3-point line after dunking so much in the paint. That's where they're trying to wall up at. They're not going to contest the 3 ball. We're going to take that one. And as we get that rebound taken from us, we're going to push this one up the court. 58 points on the game. We might as well make it 60 points up against the Union Elite. So now back in our crib in LA, you guys are going to see we are going to get a quest completed for GOAT skills, for the shooting GOAT skills. And with that Luka build, we did earn a bunch of points when it comes to unlocking the Hall of Fame shooting GOAT skills. So that is apparently a quest that I wasn't even aware of. So that is going to give us 10K VC. And this is a quest that we can complete not just for shooting, but we can also complete it for playmaking, finishing, and rebounding. So some very rewarding quests right here in the My Career storyline. So really quick, I just hopped back over to my GOAT skills, and as you guys can see, when it comes to the playmaking category, we're only 1 activation away from reaching that Hall of Fame level and completing that quest again for another 10K VC. So quickly, I'm like, all right, got to throw on a playmaking GOAT skill, obviously, and activate it in our next game. We're going to go with a pick and roll one. That's pretty easy to activate. So looking at our attributes now, I decided to dump 7,000 into our pass and accuracy to get up to that 60 overall rating, because in order to activate our playmaking specialization, you either need 60 passing or 60 ball handle. Obviously, I feel like the best thing that we should do starting out is upgrade that passing. We don't need a bunch of ball handle right now. We're getting buckets up against all these high school players out there. So yeah, we are able to have access to our playmaking specialization now and start making some progress to eventually unlock those cap breakers and max +1s. And with 7,000 VC left over after upgrading our pass and accuracy up to 60, I figured it was a good time to unlock some more badges. So we're going to go ahead and unlock our block rating, our vertical, and our mid-range, which will give us access to bronze high flyer denier and bronze set shot specialist. So this will have us at a 65 on the mid-range, a 68 on the block rating, and also a 60 overall on the vertical rating. That's going to cost us 6,000 VC right there. So now it's back to the grind with the high flyers. We have currently moved up to the ranking 118. Previously, we were 178. We are definitely showcasing what we can do up against the top talent out here. And speaking of top talent, we have earned ourselves a spot on the WBCL All-Star team. All those players, all those good players that we just played against, they will be on our team. And we're going to be matched up against Team Select, led by this player that goes by the nickname of Ice. And if his nickname is Ice, you already know he's got to be cold.
And dude goes crazy in the clutch. GOAT mode stuff. That's why they call him Ice.
So here we go, man. This is an all-star game. This is a huge matchup for us. We're currently ranked 118. Tyson Ice McCall is ranked 19th overall. Best player we have played against by far. Starting this one off, we are going to end up with the first offensive possession. Mills is still going to be our point guard. He's going to set us up out here. And look at, man, Ice is going to be guarding us. He definitely does not have the height, so we're going to shoot right over him, and that is going to be our matchup for this game. We got to show that we could keep up with the guard out here, that we have the lateral quickness and the speed to lock down a little pesky guard like him. So here we go. They're going to come up with a 3-point play starting out. I figured they'd be trying to go to Ice first possession, but they don't. Catch us off guard with a wide open 3. And once again, this is an all-star team, so a player is going to be capable of a lot more stuff. So I'm going to let them cook a little bit as they were able to get that little mid-range right there, but I'm going to hop right back in the post, man. If you guys want to run a small man on me down low, that's fine, but that's your problem, not mine. We got to take what they give us. Hopping in the post once again. What are you going to do about it? Let's see if we can get a little post fade right here, show off our shooting touch. We got to showcase every facet of our game in this all-star matchup. You guys know the scouts are going to be looking, and this is going to be huge for our ranking. But this big man out here, he just hits a tough contested finish down low in the paint, and that's going to put the score at 10-8. And I'm going to go with a little pick and pop right here, knocking down that 3 ball. Now I'm going to face up. I think it's about time we get a little pick and roll right here. We can either pick up assists off the pick and roll, or we can score. We decide to hit a little move in mid-range on that one. So that is going to activate our GOAT skill. We will have completed that quest after this game, but more importantly than the quest, we got to make sure that we come up with this victory out here. 24-18. Ice. He's trying to, he's trying to hit the post fades over us, but currently he's ice cold from the field. He cannot get anything to go as we hop back in the post. Little drop step right here, 4% contested. That's just not enough to stop Chris Bosh. CB going crazy out here. They're going to clank a shot. Not able to come up with that rebound. You guys can see Carrington has the ball. He's a really good shooter, but we don't need the shooting right now. We need the dunking. Two-handed finish down low. They're leaving the paint wide open for your boy. The paint protection, it has just not been there on pretty much any of these teams. No one has an enforcer as I knock down another 3 ball from the outside. That's going to push us up to 24 points on this game. 2 rebounds, though. The rebounding has definitely not been there to start this one out, but that's okay, man. We get a drop step on Ice McCall, and that is going to make him cold. You guys can see the blue ring under him. This is a tough showing for him out there as we get a block on him in the corner. He thought he had the space, but hey, man, Chris Bosh, he is very long out there as I can't get the buzzer beater to fall, but we'll take a 10-point lead going into the second half. You guys can see we have pushed the lead out. It is currently 42-25 as we're pushing the ball up the court. We're going to pick up a nice little dime right here. It's starting to look like an all-star game out here. We're sharing the ball. Other people are getting some dunks out there. You love to see it. Currently up to 4 assists on the game now. That's definitely going to help out as we grind out our playmaking specialization. Chris Bosh coming up with a rebound, put it in the point guard's hands. Carrington's going to have it. Try to throw up an alley-oop. Like I said, it's looking like an all-star game out here. We're going to pick up the rebound, though. Kevin Durant go-to shot. You guys want to show off. Let me get involved in some of the fun. Knock down that easy green light step through right there. McCall, yeah, man, it's looking rough. He's trying to get a green light from 3. Not happening. Euro step for Chris Bosh. We got a mouse in the house, and we're making the most of it out here. 38 on the game now, 8 rebounds, 52-28. Let's see what kind of play they're going to try to run. We currently do have 2-way tenacity activated, so our defensive stats are boosted up more than normal, and that's definitely not good news for Ice McCall. He's trying to get around us, run a little pick and roll. Come on, man. We're going to get that chase down block right there. That's exactly why we decided to pick up that bronze high flyer denier. Immediately was worth it. Hop in the post right here. 2-way tenacity active for that defensive highlight. Kevin Durant go-to shot. That's money right there for our 40th point on the game. And with 25 seconds left in this one, we got 10 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Let's start to put the icing on the cake right here. Get a little drop step down low. Show that man that he is way too small, as we do get 3 stars in that game. 1,100 VC. And on the completed quest tab, you guys can see the GOAT Skills Playmaking quest has been completed. And after completing that quest, we do have 14K VC once again in our bank that we can spend. So I decide, okay, let's get a little bit more interior defense and let's boost up our mid-range a little bit more. 60 on the interior defense, as well as that 74 block rating. It is going to give us access to bronze paint patroller, as well as that 78 mid-range that is going to give us access to silver set shot specialist. That is a really good badge to have. And as well, we're going to bump up our speed a little bit up to that 60 overall rating. And now that we do have a higher mid-range, we do have access to a little bit more animations. I did want to change our go-to shot as well as our dribble pull-up. The go-to shot, we're going to use DeAndre Ayton. I do think DeAndre Ayton's go-to shot looks really good. I think it actually looks like something that Chris Bosh would do in real life, as well as Jabari Smith Jr.'s pull-up jumper. I think it does a pretty good job at resembling Chris Bosh in real life as well.
Okay, I'm a big believer in ripping the Band-Aid off, so I'm going to get right to it. The play next year is Europe.
Okay. I'm in. I just hope you know what you're talking about, Mr. Kelly.
Well, what's it going to be? France or Spain?
And so after our great play in LA on the High Flyers, our agent thinks that we should go overseas and go to Europe to continue our goal of making it to the NBA. He doesn't think that the college route is worth it. So we have a choice right here. You guys can see it's either we're going to Paris or we're going to Spain. So Paris or Spain, we're going to save that decision for episode number 2. If you guys did enjoy this one, you're ready to see episode 2, drop a like. If you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more of this series. But yeah, man, episode number 1, 60 to 99 overall with Raptors Chris Bosh. We're already up to a 66 overall. We're not even done with the out of bounds storyline yet. So yeah, man, definitely stay tuned. That's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.